Boom. Hey riders, welcome to the channel. Colin here over at Inside Cycling World. Folks, let me just fix my camera up here. I've been messing around again. There we go. I was kind of getting annoyed here because I could see all this craziness. All that pixelation, that is green screen back there. It's because it's not lit up very well. You can see the black mark on my right shoulder. Obviously I've got this thing flipped, looks like now. My green screen ends down there. So I just moved the whole green screen over. Who cares? What are we talking about today, folks? I'm looking tropical, aren't I? Check out this little tropical gear. Oh yeah, this thing feels really good on me. Okay, let me just trim this down a bit. Yeah, so usually I have the green screen set up so I can do some commentary and I can ride on screen too. I just moved the whole thing over. Green screen tips, they need to be lit up really well. So I can make that go away. I'm going to show you. So you can see there now all that weird pixelation is gone from the green screen, but now my wall's lit up, I'm dark. I wonder if we should roll with this today. What do you think? What do you think, folks? Yeah, Biketerra, folks, here we go. Let me get in there. Boom time. Ooh. How do I get, oh, here we go, spectate mode. So I want to see how many riders we got here. We're only a couple minutes out. OTR age groupers, race number 8. 1 minute and 40 seconds to go, folks. Andrew Pennington, Andrew Street, Brian White. Hey, Brian. Casey Schooms here as well. Lee Zavaris. Where's the other Brian? We've got 3 members of the Spincast podcast, YouTube channel. You know what they're called, right? Douglas Hadlington, I think we've seen him. Gordon Jackson. Ye Janssen, Double J's, Jacques Rusinek. Jacques, there's no climbs on this one, dude. Downhill and away we go. Mike Wareham, Sean Lavelle, Stephen Elliott, Thomas Bridge, Mike Waite, Lee Zavaris. Let's spectate, folks. Let's get it. Let's make it happen, folks. 1 minute out here. Let's let the world pop in. Ooh, I wish I could chat here with you guys. So what we got? We're going to be getting some pretty good turnouts here. Okay, I got to remember how to use this too. Oh, yeah. Okay, interesting. This time we start at the majestic dude riding a turtle. Maybe right now I'll be able to see what it says. Oh yeah, per testudinum ad gloriam, which means please subscribe to Inside Cycling World. Nah, actually, I don't know what it means. 20 seconds to go, folks. We got 13 riders in. Not bad, boys, not bad. I know it's peak of summer, June 20th, either today or tomorrow, longest day of the year. Enjoy the sunshine. We start out with just a huge bomb downhill. What's going to happen there? Is anyone going to try to get away from the other guys? Some of these riders, you know, this is going to be basically downhill all the way. I think we're looking at about 74 meters of climbing. Let me just make sure everything's going good here, folks. Okay. My face is too big as usual. Let's just trim it down for you guys. There we go. How about that? Actually, you know what? I think here I can zip on over. Try this here. Yeah, let's just jam me up here. Looks like we can make me a little bit bigger. In case you want to like show me off to friends, you know, any directors, things like that. You can share with them, perhaps on a sports commentary crew. Dude, I would just dominate it. Absolute domination. 1 rider off the back already here. Depending how quick you get started out of the chute, you may get dropped real quick. Zipping around. Really cool, the controls. I'm seeing disc wheels here. Did we have disc wheels before? Or is that just the image, the way I'm seeing the image? Hard for me to tell right now. Let's look. Oh, I just see. It was the way the spokes were spinning so fast, I believe. At the angle, it looks like a disc wheel. But wouldn't that be fun? I'm sure that's coming down the road. Remember, Biketerra. I guess it's, you know, an app in the works. Works fully, but there's going to be little tweaks and upgrades along the way. Such a busy day already today, guys. Might have found a little job to do. Just a little bit of education I got to take. No big deal. If it's a decent product, people will buy it. I get it. Probably got a little other side job. Doing some stuff around the dental office for Jojo. So yeah, been busy. Haven't been on the bike yet. Noon for me. Noon, Alberta, Canada. Let's get it. Welcome to the weekend, folks. So look at the profile on the bottom. You can see, was this like an out and back course or something? Yeah, probably like an out and back course. They're going the way. Oh, I like the draft savings too. We're seeing numbers of 52 to 60 in that big bunch there. One rider off the front. Who's off the front? Casey Schum off the front. Leading early. Lee Zavary's trying to bridge across right now. Trying to catch on. Oh yeah, they're steering in Biketerra. So I wonder if anyone's going to use it. Anyone that's watching, please show us your steering. A lot of head bobbing going on there on the avatars. Yeah, Casey's pulling away here. This might be start long enough that you might be able to get, something of a lead that you can hold. And there's just a few little kickers along the way. Kind of a totally different race format than the one I did last time. So recently on Biketerra, I've done, I think they're mounts. Mount Palomar and Mount Laguna. Really good routes, really good climbs. And, oh yeah, the crew last week. Let's see if we can see them. They're right here. We've got a big bunch chasing right now. Is anyone off the back? Okay, Douglas Hadlington is just off the back. There he is right there. He'll be able to get back on, no problem. Really cool seeing the switchbacks here. Where are we? I think we're in New Zealand. Pretty sure we're in New Zealand this week. At least that's what I said in the thumbnail. I got some stuff going on here too, folks. What I'm doing this week, trying to attempt to do it. I don't know if it's recording or not. I've got my Discord of Inside Cycling World now linked to the OBS. So if anyone was to jump into the Zone 2 podcast, as I've called it, yeah, it's lighting up that my mic's working. They would be able to communicate with there live on the fly. So we'll just leave that for now. I didn't announce it to anyone, so I wouldn't expect anyone to see it. Jacques Roussenik here, more of a climber. You can see it's just a small gap to Casey there. Going to stay zoomed out here. Man, this would be a really fun climb the other way, wouldn't it? But they're mixing things up here. Check it out. Yeah, I need some air photos here. Looks like it's saying the gradient is 13-14% here. So this is really steep. This will be a pretty brutal climb. Casey Schum saying, cut my brake cable, please. Is there braking on the corners? I'm not even aware of that if there is. Stephen Elliott's here as well. So basically, we got one rider out front. We got a group of, looks like 11 riders, and we just have one rider just kind of hanging off the back. Let's see where Douglas is now. Yeah, Douglas Hadlington just hanging off the back. Not getting the benefits of the drafting in that group ahead. Pedaling downhill like this, you're going to be spun out real quick. Now, I am watching Douglas here, and what I'm seeing going on, I am seeing braking occurring on the corners. So you look at the speed here, 60k an hour. It's dropping right down for the corners to 40. Speeding back up. Probably going to drop here. Yeah, dropped right there. So there is braking implemented, probably auto braking. Yeah, Casey's probably wishing that there was no braking. He'd just be flying away. The others would be doing the same thing. So we've got a huge group. It's Casey against the world, folks. Let's get it. I love it. Just going to check the chat here. Very quiet in the chat. I didn't tell anyone I was streaming today. Looks like we had one quick disconnect there. Looks like it was this rider here in the gray jersey. That might have been Andrew. Looks like he had a quick disconnect there. This rider is in 4th, 5th place right now. Casey still just dangling out front. Good stuff. So what have we been up to, folks? Yesterday, I did a really awesome, and I know you guys race Swift too. Don't pretend you don't. I don't know why you would. Yesterday, I did a, okay, I'm just double checking things. We are streaming. We are recording. I don't see, wow, like where would it my, oh, it is there. Audio input capture, Zwift. Oh, I guess maybe I didn't add my, I'm going to try to do it on the fly as we're doing this. Wait a second, it should be there. Yeah, it's not. I'm going to try to capture the Discord here. I don't know where it went. Maybe I didn't save it right. Discord, audio. So I'm working in OBS right now as we speak. You guys just enjoy that. I don't want YouTube. I want Discord right there, Inside Cycling World. Okay. I just don't see where it is. Oh, it's at the very top there. And I'm noticing that my Discord audio, there's nothing. Anyways, I'll have to play with it later, folks. I just thought it'd be really cool to interact because some people interact through the channel, through the YouTube. Most people never even see it. But if you're just hanging at home watching, you could drop into these juicy earphones here and drop me some comments. Who are you watching? Oh, look at this, folks. A little bit of a split here in the field now that we've hit the flats. Let's get back to it. Okay, here they're going to come back. Oh, yeah. Once we hit those little kickers, things were going on. I don't think people were fully ready for it. So on the front right now, Jan Janssen. Let's get right up there. Oh, I just closed my leaderboard. Jan Janssen on the front with Jacques Roussenik. And is that Casey Schum there? No, Casey's in this group right here. We got 3 riders up front. Oh, sorry. Andrew Pennington in the black. Jan Janssen, orange rider, and green jersey would be Thomas Bridge. Bouncing back, less than 20 meters. Jacques Roussenik, Casey Schum. They'll be bridging back up to those guys. 13 meters back, we got Gordon Jackson, Andrew Street. Riding, those two are together. You can see the groups right here. So these are our front. I wonder if it shows me the position of that rider. That'd be interesting too. Can I see that? Look at that. The group of 2 and 3 are merging together at the front. These two are going to merge back up, I would assume. We'll have 7 riders in that front group. Then we're going to bounce back 60 meters. We got Lee Zavarese solo at the moment with Mike Wareham chasing Sean Lavelle a further 50 meters back. Oh, dude, Sean was the guy last week that rode Sacalabra. And I forget who he rode with, but someone rode with him all the way. Leave me a comment, Sean. Let me know who you are. We've got Mike Waite here as well. I think Mike's new this week. So Mike and Sean riding together. Douglas Hadlington, 150 meters back. So didn't get back on and kind of got dumped out the back even further when we hit those bumps. Stephen Elliott's way far back. That kind of surprised me. He was in that front group. Stephen, let us know if you had a disconnect, what your issues were there. Let's get right back up front. Tip of the spear, folks. Here we go. Yeah, the grade's really good here too. So you can see the draft. Look at the profile on the bottom of the screen. You can see, even though we're climbing up at a 3% grade, still getting like a 23, 22, it's protection from the wind. Wind resistance protection is what they call it. So what we can do here, I'll show you. Watch Jan Janssen. He's at the front, 0. It does say draft though. So maybe they've redefined it now. I think it was James over at OTR Events posted something that the UI's changed a bit. Perhaps it has. I'm trying to see, but I think that's different. Like, look at this rider here. So Jan Janssen now, 53 in the draft. Now it's down to 22. Going downhill, 2% gradient downhill here. I'm just going to... okay, can I change the map? Before, you used to be able to make the map disappear. I'm not sure if I can now. But you can still zoom in, zoom out on it. Yeah, so where are we, folks? We're on the southern island in New Zealand, North Tip, Marlborough. There's an area in Calgary called Marlborough, and there's another area called Marlborough Park. It's kind of where I grew up, hanging out at the Marlborough Mall. The arrow indicator on the race map here tells you exactly where these riders are. Starting up in the Highlands, if you want to call it, and we will be going right down to sea level, so it's going to descend all the way, folks. Imagine these beaches here are pretty awesome. The water's probably not great for swimming. I just imagine New Zealand waters to be quite cold. You know. Okay, so 6 riders in this front group now. That would tell me that we've lost a rider. 1 rider would have been dumped out of that group. I thought there were 7 of them before. Let's see what we got. Yeah, we've only got 6 riders here. Gordon Jackson, Thomas Bridge, Jacques Roussenik, Andrew Pennington, Janssen. Ooh, that light is blinding over there. Casey Schum. Oh, yeah, where is Brian? So Brian White was registered for this. I just don't know if he got started. Where did Brian go? I wonder if he had issues. So I have seen here there's a couple of riders coming and going. It says Mike White left. They've rejoined. Again, guys, is that like just a connectivity issue between your local network? Is that something to do with the servers? Okay, so we've got these guys here. We've got 6 in our front group. We're going to bounce back. Oh, yeah, so I did want to say again, just I'm looking at Casey's name, and I always think Swift. Yesterday's video, I did a ladder league race. So much fun. It's on the channel, and I was doing Team Not Poggy, which is directly associated with the Not Tatty YouTube channel. That's Ollie Moore. They've got a pretty big team, ton of hitters on that team. Yesterday, they took on Hispanos, Iditano, I think that's how you say it, and they were pretty dominant in that race. Really cool racing dynamics, showing smaller riders being reeled back by a bigger, more powerful rider on the flats. And the guys were even talking about it in the Discord later. I'm looking for those things all the time. And I try to call it out as I see it. So we've got our 6 here. 5 riders in the group, 1 off the front. It's Casey again pushing to the front here. I think he sees this a little bit more of a downhill coming here. He's going to try to use it to squeeze some energy out of the riders behind him here. So only a 2% downhill, but you can see I think it's going to increase a little bit more. Make these guys work harder and see if anyone can get shelled out of the back of the group, the chase group here. So 1 up front, 5 chasers. This lead up front is pretty tenuous at best right now. Okay, someone just came back in to the group. In the group, I mean, like they've just actually logged into the event. Andrew Street riding solo, Mike Wareham here. Then we got Mike Waite, who's riding with Sean Lavelle, so good to see this. Yeah, so Sean took on Sacolabra last weekend. Was it last Friday? You can just see Mike just up ahead of them here too, going around that corner. Try to get the camera. Yeah, there he is right there in the middle of the screen. Lisa Varis, 275 meters back. Douglas Hadlington in the middle. He's actually chasing after Sean, Mike, and the other Mike. Actually, all of them were on screen there momentarily. See if I can kind of get it to show. Here's the 2 up ahead. Yep, the other one's just disappearing into the fog of cycling. Let's get right back to the front. This will be a quick route today, folks. This works well for me today. After this, I was going to be decked out my jersey. I just found any shirt to put on that wasn't like a greasy, sweat-stained, I've been working outside like a real man all day, which I haven't. So I just threw this baby on. And, last night, what happened last night? So I have this 40-foot caravan travel trailer. It's a destination trailer. It's sold. It's been sitting on my property for a month. The trailer guy just came, the mover. And I'm like, this thing has been sitting here for 12 years. It pulled out so easy. Nitrogen fill tires, that's the only way to go. I've never checked the tire pressure. He goes, they're perfect. There's nothing to do here. He showed up at like 11 o'clock at night. Thankfully, one of the longest days of the year yesterday, that we had a little bit of sunlight just to get it hooked up and out of here. So it's really weird. Like he's like, this is a huge unit, 40 feet long, guys. Ceilings, probably 9 feet, I would say. Minimum 8. 3 slides, just a beast. Full-size fridge, full-size shower. Yeah, you could live in it, no problem. It's 4-season, year-round living. God, should I start selling RVs for a living, guys? What do you think? I may have to if I don't see enough support at the channel. Hey, guys, buy me a coffee. It would be really much appreciated over at Inside Cycling World. Just kidding, guys. But not. Anyways, we plugged it in. All the lights were on it. Everything worked. You could even hear the hum of the electric brakes. So on those trailers, they're not going to have hydraulically powered brakes because it's an electric connection, but you can hear them hum. Because the lady that bought it, it's going to be hauled 10 hours from here, through the Rocky Mountains, over the Rogers Pass, into south central British Columbia to a place called Grand Forks. It's kind of a brutal drive. So she's getting it hauled to an RV place. They're going to check the brakes. I told her, I said, those brakes are going to be fine. That trailer has less than 100 kilometers of road miles on it. Okay, so enough RV talk. 6 riders up front. Back to Andrew Street. Here, riding completely solo. Mike Wareham, not that far behind, with Mike Waite chasing. Oh, look at this. I like this here. I like it. So we've got Douglas Hadlington, Mike Waite, and is it Mike Wareham? No, he's up the road. Sorry. It's Mike Waite, Sean Lavelle, and Douglas Hadlington chasing after Mike Wareham. He's just up the road from them there. He could hold them off all the way, folks. He could hold them off. Lee Zavarese, 250 meters back. Hey Lee, how's the weather in Victoria? Raining every day, I would assume. I get daily weather updates from my mom, who lives in Sydney by the Sea. So, which really, that's Victoria. I know if you're from there, you're gonna say, no, it's not. It's the same place. I don't care. That's my rules. My channel, my rules. Same place. It's kind of like here. We have Calgary and there's Airdrie. Same place. Although they're separated by even more distance than Victoria and Sydney, because Sydney to Victoria, it's built up all the way. Guys, real estate there is crazy. I'll never be able to retire there. I get to stay in the cold, it's disgusting wastelands of the prairies till the day I die. As my friend says, Colin, you don't want to die in that house, do you? I'm like, dude, nice thing to say. Like, yeah, my place is a dump. I think he refers to the weather more when it's minus 35, minus 40, and he's shivering to death in Vegas through the winter when it's 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Ooh, tough life. Tough life. Jan Janssen on the front here. I think last week I called him Yay. Jacques Roussinic coming through, Casey Schum, Thomas Bridge, Andrew Pennington, Gordon Jackson. Ooh, Gordon, come on, dude. Just slipped off the back there. Not paying attention. Pretty easy to do. And Casey's pushing to the front again. Casey's just putting in some digs here, representing the Spincast podcast, cycling YouTube channel. I've added everything I can in there to cover all bases. They usually broadcast they live stream it every Sunday night. Is it a live stream? I think it is. It seems like a live stream to me. Thomas Bridge now at the front. Good stuff. I'm finally noticing over on the left-hand side of you with the new UI, it's actually telling you below the power number here. So we're on Thomas Bridge. He's pushing around 330 watts, 315. I'm not sure why the average isn't showing right now. But below you can see it's got the 4 meters climbed. And then it says 37 to go. I'm not sure how accurate that is because that doesn't look like there's 37 meters of climbing left to me. I noticed this last week too, that the kilometers didn't look right to me. But like here it's saying we've traveled 1 kilometer with 18 still to go. Well, we've traveled more than 1 kilometer so far, so I'm not sure what's not set up right there. 91 cadence. Let's check out Casey. What's Casey doing? Ooh, Casey's putting in a dig, folks. I just saw a quick 605 watts. Yeah, I'm not sure why the averages aren't showing up. Maybe that's something they got to set up in the user interface. I'll try to go into that later. Yeah, Casey pushing a big gear. RPMs are a little bit lower. Good old Ye Janssen. 216 watts. This guy's a lighter rider. Spinning. Thomas Bridge. A little bit coasty here now. Trying to get back into the draft. Jacques Roussinic. Jacques has been just punted out the back here, folks. That dig by Casey, the reaction by the others, but I think Jacques is coming back right now. It's a very small gap, 20 meters. It's now or never for Jacques to get back in there. Let's see how the draft works here. You can see right now, bottom left-hand side, middle of the screen, 0. It just became a 1, 3. So it looks like the draft is kicking in around 11 meters. That's what I'm taking from this. We're pan flat here, riding on the flats. He's getting 11, 12 now. He's up to 10 meters. You can just see that number building all the way. So this is their draft number, their wind protection number. As he rolls through them, which it looks like he's going to do, the number should start going down. And there you go. Wow. Guys, you couldn't have done that any better for me. Okay, so Jacques, Andrew, Casey Schum, Thomas Bridge, Jay Janssen, all at the front. Let's have a look at them riding 5 abreast right now. We're going to bounce back to Gordon Jackson here. Gordon's really not that far behind. You can just see them disappearing into the fog of cycling. Up ahead, The Mist. What a great Stephen King novella. And I think that was one of the better Stephen King movies too. Yeah, I loved it. Actually, I just watched Shawshank Redemption over the weekend with Joey Jojo. She'd never seen it. What a great movie that is. Another Stephen King classic. I also started watching Apt Pupil, another Stephen King novella. That one I think is from... I think that one's from 4 Past Midnight, I believe. So he has these main stories. He has his collections of 4 like different seasons. Here, I'll get back to the front. Different seasons. That includes... what does it include? Well, The Body. That's the main book. That's Stand By Me, the movie. That's a novella. There's 4 stories in there. Different seasons. What else is in there? Can't remember right now. And then he does his compilations of short stories. Man, if you're ever going to read him, my suggestions, short stories, Stephen King, you start with Night Shift, and then you go to Skeleton Crew. I do have Nightmares and Dreamscape still to read. I've listened to all the rest, which includes You Like It Darker, Just After Sunset, The Bizarre Bad Dreams. There's a few other ones too. So if you want to get into any Stephen King stuff, just to like let your mind drift, check that out. Okay, back to our race, folks. 5 riders up front here. Again, this is just kind of a chill ride for them today, I think. This is going to come down to probably a huge, massive sprint finish. Gordon Jackson, 150 meters back. Andrew Street, further 800 meters back. So big separation in the group now. Smashing riders at the front. Other riders doing their own thing back here. Mike Wareham and looks like Douglas Hadlington together. Oh, so looks like Douglas left the 2 riders behind and has bridged up to Mike Wareham because Mike was by himself. Sean, Mike Waite, and Douglas were riding all together. Okay, 500 meters back, we've got Lee Zavarese here. It's probably raining on him in his race. And then Stephen Elliott. So I think Stephen was the one that disconnected a bit earlier. Stephen not pushing huge watts here. Again, I don't know what Stephen weighs actually. Well, we could try to figure that out, couldn't we? Stephen's not a heavy rider. 2 watts a kilo, 130 watts. He's 65 kilograms. Bongo, bango, bongo. It's amazing when I see comments online. I see a lot on Facebook. People are like, well, I was riding. We were both riding 2.2, and this rider I could not keep up with. Dude, there's different. 2.2 means a lot of different things. A lot of different things. So if you're a 100 kilogram rider and you're 2.2 watts per kilo, you're pushing 220 watts. For a 50 kilogram rider, you're pushing 110 watts. You will never keep up with that person on the flat, with that larger, more powerful rider, riding at the same watts per kilo. That's just how it works. In Zwift yesterday, really good illustration of how 2 lighter weight riders, who did come first, second, were being slowly dragged back by a bigger, more powerful rider. I quickly did the math. I'm like, this guy that's chasing them, his name was Javier Belito over on Zwift for Hispanos Editano. You could quickly look at his numbers and go, oh, this is like a 90 kilogram rider here. And they did provide me the weights beforehand in this ladder league. So this is like a 4v4 death match. You know, you're not going to be using another 50 riders to just draft all the way to the finish. Small races, it allows me to focus more on all the individual riders. I could probably tell you all of their names very quickly here, but the 2 riders up front, they were racing for TMP, Team Not Poggy, riding together. The rider behind, they were 15 seconds back. He had it down to 11 seconds at one point. And they actually mentioned in their Discord, they're like, I can't believe the difference. Yeah, on the flats, it's a huge difference. On the flats, it's all about absolute watts. Now, I would say it's a rule of thumb. That applies probably 90% of the time. Because there are some very small lightweight riders that we see at the World Tour level who are somehow doing 6.5, 7 watts per kilo. yeah, they're going to be generating some pretty good numbers, but that watts per kilo at that point is so high. That's how they're winning the time trials now. Whatever happened to the days, I was thinking about this yesterday, walking around. I don't know what I was doing outside yesterday. Whatever happened to the days of the time trials being won by the guys that were like 6'1", 6'2", plus 180, 185 pounds. The dude for Ineos, Ghana, as the guy likes to say it. I mean, now we have people that are weighing 30, 40 pounds less, just absolutely wiping the floor with him. Like, what happened? I don't understand. Any insights, anyone? 5 riders up front. Gordon Jackson chasing. Andrew Street. I better stick right at the front here, folks. I can see, if you look at the map on the bottom, I'd say we're just a little bit over halfway here. Yeah, it's saying we have 13 kilometers to go at this point. Yeah, that sounds about right. Again, flatty. Very flat at the end. I'm going to guess that someone that's got more of a time trial style, that knows they're strong, that knows their 15-minute power, like down to, the millisecond, will be pushing. Because it's going to start getting very, very flat, and there will be less chances to just kind of coast downhill. You can see here, Casey's put a dig in. Thomas is reacting. Andrew Pennington going 2, pushing almost close to 400 watts here for Andrew. Our 5 riders suddenly became 3. With 2 riders just out the back. They're going to have to work. That's Jacques and Ye Jansen's back there. They're going to have to work extremely hard together to try to get back on now. Yeah, interesting stuff here. So Jay Jansen, probably just over 60 kilos. So on these flatter sections, slightly false flatty down sections, the smaller, lighter riders are really going to have to work hard to try to get back on with the heavier, more absolute power output riders. And when I say absolute, I just mean bigger number, right? So you're 50 kilo, you're 60 kilos, you're 5 watts a kilo, you're 300 watts. There's another dude in the race who's 90 kilos. He's 450. 450, folks. 450. On the flats, he gone. That's how it works, folks. They're going to be generating so much more power, like a third more power than you, yet their coefficient of drag on their body size doesn't go up the same way, I guess, if that makes sense. I don't want to say logarithmically. I don't know what I'm trying to say there, but here we go. They're coming back. But see here, Jay Jansen, 6 watts a kilo, dragging Jacques back at who's pushing 5 watts a kilo himself. Jacques just dangling a little bit. Jay Jansen is back. Jacques will be back too. Kind of like right now, guys. Seeing Casey in action. Actually, Casey, I've seen you race over in MyWhoosh. I probably called a race with you in it. I think I've done Brian too. Oh, I definitely called you guys in races. I think, Casey, the first time I saw you race, I think you were racing with Brian at that little, it's like a criterium race, I think. That really, really short course. Does it cut through the velodrome? Yeah, I think it cuts through the velodrome. I think so. Phone's ringing. Not important. I did go back on MyWhoosh yesterday, and I'm still stuck at that location where it says, you don't have any Wi-Fi. Yeah, I do. I know there's another update coming, so I thought maybe they would have fixed that so that I wouldn't get that error. Did see on Facebook someone again posted the way to fix it. Go in, DOS prompt, command this, run as administrator, recertify all your certificates. I'm just like, why? Why? So if you're a MyWhoosh overlord, or you want to help me out, someone send me a message, DM me, wherever you want, I don't care, and walk me through it, bro, so I can do some videos back there. But I can't do videos. Today was going to be a MyWhoosh day. Now it's not. So again, we got our 5 riders up front again. Just under 11 kilometers to go now. Gordon Jackson 400 back. So Gordon was part of this original group. 870 back to Andrew Street here. Mike Waring, Douglas Hadlington still together. Let's see if Sean and Mike Waite are still together too. Good job, dudes. Good job. Lee is doing the solo effort today. Okay, I'm not seeing that change. And Stephen Elliott, both a lot of solo riders, a lot of little duos, solo riders, and we got our front group here. Great stuff. Again, this camera control so intuitive. It's so easy to use. You know, MyWhoosh, I think, how do you do it? I think you use the keyboard and then you use the arrow button. Zwift does it the same way. Rouvy, there's no control over it. Guys, most of my, I'd say probably 80% of my cycling has been on Rouvy. I know, and I think Rouvy's been getting a little push lately and people have been discovering it. I've been on it 3.5 years. Plus now. It's got a lot of great climbing routes. Having said that, it doesn't have everything. I think right now they have somewhere between 1,500 to 2,000 AR routes. That means augmented reality. And I'm just going to backtrack a bit here too. So the routes that I did a climb on Biketerra a few weeks ago. I think that might have been Laguna or Palomar. I can't remember which one it was. One I did a climb with you guys, and one I just did the commentary. Neither of those two were on Rouvy. They might have been in the past, because in the past, when Rouvy was a lot smaller, they didn't have as many augmented reality routes. Ooh, check this out. Andrew going off the front right now. They're just giving him a quick 15-meter gap. You could ride in map mode on Rouvy. So it would just be like a really low-res Google Map image. I still have one on my machine. It's called Mount Revelstoke, 25 kilometers, 5% gradient. It's about 3 hours from here, 4 hours from here in real life. They do have a climb up it every year. Probably something you don't want to do solo because it's absolute bear country. And you can imagine 25 kilometers at 5%, you're probably really not hauling butt, are you? Climbing that thing. It's just a straight climb all the way. Longest paved climb in Canada, from what I remember. So yeah, you could ride in map mode. But yeah, so Palomar and Laguna are not available anywhere else. I think I did say I was going to check MyWhoosh out because MyWhoosh does have some California routes. But I don't think those two, and they are real world routes or portions of. So yeah, these four here are just letting Andrew dangle out front right now. Andrew is pushing a little bit of power trying to stay away from them. But so he's getting 0 assist back there. You can see here, Casey sitting on the back, getting a nice little draft right now. Jacques further moving to the back, 30, 40, 45, 50, sitting on the back. And we go back to Andrew and we see that big 0 number for drafting. Dead flat here. He's getting away though. He is slightly moving away right now. So Andrew's pushing 3.4 watts a kilo. Jay Jansen's at 3. So no one's willing to chase at this point. Andrew's slowly going to pull this out. Okay, good stuff here. Let's just watch that gap there. I'm going to jump here. I haven't looked at this at all today. Stan Worrell here. Hey, Colin. Hey, Stan. Good to see you, dude. Last night I had the average power, but no real-time power. Okay. So Stan was saying last night he could see... So I covered a race that Stan was at. And actually, I was in the race with Stan, too. Actually, that was the OTR Climb Club, I think is what they call it. Oh, sorry, folks. I'm in the wrong spot here, aren't I? I just saw that. I keep forgetting about that, with it being like a window capture. Because remember, Biketerra runs straight off your browser, folks. So when I go to try to look at my YouTube stuff to see those comments, that's how I kind of do it. I'm kind of flipping between tabs. I'm doing everything on one screen. Oh, check this out. Casey Schum now reacting. This is going to lure Thomas Bridge in too. Casey reacting at 6 watts a kilo. Thomas Bridge realizes the danger is coming ahead, folks. He's going to jump on Casey's wheel. Here, they're going to bring it all back together now, folks. All coming back together. Let's take a look at the map, see where we are. We'll go on Andrew here himself. Andrew's been brought back. It says we're 7.8 kilometers to go. Jan Janssen going straight through here. Now, is that just momentum carrying through, or is he actually going to push like a bit of a counterattack over the top? The catch was made, and he reacts and goes again. 4.4 watts a kilo, 4.6. Okay, so not an all-out attack. These guys are working hard, though, right now. Thomas Bridge, very attentive to Casey's attack to bring Andrew back. Andrew back in the fold. Everyone needs to kind of settle down here, get back in their positions. You can see here we got like people spread out all over the place. They're coming back now. Yeah, I love the controls on here. Guys, you just do it with your mouse. You know, you just pan around and you use the little thing in the middle to zoom in and out just like that. That is so simple. Yeah, smart developers. I know Matt's one name, and I should remember the dude's name. I think on YouTube he shows up as Anslow or something. The only dudes out there, of all the platforms, to jump in and answer my questions. Like, smart guys. Smart stuff. Okay, got our 5 here. Gordon Jackson solo. I'm going to just bounce back a little bit again, folks. Get everyone in the mix here. Gordon Jackson, Andrew Street will be solo. Douglas and Mike are still together. And good news, Sean and Mike Wade are still together as well. Lee on his solo efforts today. Oh, no. Stephen Elliott is now caught up with Lee, and they are riding together. So Lee should be able to tack onto Stephen's wheel here and get a little bit of support on this ride. Okay, here we go, folks. Here we go. 6.5 kilometers to go. I'm going to zoom in on this map here. This is where I'd like a little bit of a satellite photo. We're coming back into town here. Well, actually, you know what I like, though? I'd probably call this like a terrain map, maybe. Really good detail on it. Details that I don't really understand what they are. Like, this must be like a swampy area. You know, the green with like the dashed blue. Must be swampy through there, which makes sense. Then we got a build-up of houses here. Beachfront. Yeah, love it. Love maps. Love maps, folks. In other exciting news, the countdown to Denver is on. We're flying out on Wednesday morning, landing in Denver around noon. Same time zone as us, Mountain Standard Time. That's the way to go, baby. A little bit higher elevation places. Metallica, 2-night concert. Let's rock, folks. You may hate metal. Metallica, they're past metal. They changed. They got so many good tunes. It's a 2-night, no repeat concert, which means they play Friday night. They'll play like about 18 songs. They take Saturday off. So just think about this. Mile High Stadium, Empower Mile High Stadium. Probably seats, I don't know, 65, 70,000 people. Saturday night? Yeah, just leave it empty. We don't care. We'll pay for an extra night. It sits empty on Saturday night. And I don't mean empty. I mean, the Metallica stage is there. They have the best stage in the world. There's actually, I think there's an Apple TV video where they talk about how impressive their setup is. Only certain stadiums can take their whole setup the way it's laid out with the snake pit in the middle. Multiple places where the drum kit comes up out of the ground. I think they have 3 separate drum kits. The 8 light multimedia sound things that are there. Each one of those weighs 14 tons alone, is what I saw. 5.2 kilometers to go here, riders. Looks like Andrew's sitting back on the front again. Okay. So yeah, so they let it sit. Their stuff just sits there on Saturday night. And then Sunday night they come again and play the other part of the music. So they don't repeat any songs. They sound absolute perfection in concert. And if you think it's just all loud, screamy stuff, nah, bro, it's not like that. I think the song Nothing Else Matters, Sir Elton John said he's the best song, the best lyrics he's ever heard, something like that. Like a huge compliment to Metallica coming from Elton John. So, very respected artists. I call it prog metal because it reminds me of some prog rock, from the 70s and the 80s. Lots of build-ups. Things start quiet and they build and they build. And you can tell it's coming. You can tell it's coming. It's definitely not just a 4-count beat. And when I say 4-count beat, I mean music that sounds like this. Boom, chicka, boom, chicka. That's like 90% of the music. I need more. More. Give it to me. Yeah. Let's get it, folks. Coming up, Tour de France starts. What is it? July 5th, Tour de France starts. I might try to do some kind of daily live stream. I know we all got to watch in different locations from around the world. So I'm thinking about doing a watch party, although we can't really watch the video because we'll get in trouble from the TV overlords. But I will have it on a screen that I can see what's going on, because I swear I see things that sometimes those commentators are not seeing. And then what I'll have on screen is, of course, this, shredded but not shredded. And I will have like stats, like little graphics and things going on. Maybe I can pull things up on the fly. And I think I will have YouTube live stream will be on, obviously, with the live chat. And then, I'm not going to even look at the chat right now because it'll take me out of this. So if you're there, sorry, man. But Stan was there. And then I think I'll probably have some maybe Tour de France audio going. I think I could probably have the audio and get away with it. And then maybe have the Discord open too, which I haven't figured out yet. If I go to my Discord now, I'm the only person in there. It's probably locked. I can see it's working. I can see the mic picking up there. Problem too is that, like, right now I've got the main mic. Oh, let's get back here. Let's not miss this. Andrew keeps moving to the front here. I can see this one either sticking together all the way to the finish in one big, massive, juicy, delicious sprint, or with 3 kilometers to go, there might be a long solo attack. Someone's just going to ramp it up to like that 6-7 watt per kilo number and just slowly pull away. And then the other rider's like, I just don't have enough to jump across. I'm going to have to hang here. Jacques moved up to Andrew. Leaves 3 riders behind, 3 strong riders. They're going to have to try to move back now. They're dangling about 10 meters back. But take a look here. We'll jump on Thomas. I can see his green colored jersey. Very little draft here. Probably at the speed, not a ton of draft. Okay, so if we look at Casey here. Yeah, they're not getting any draft off the front there. Okay. Oh, that's why. This is easy to tell now. When you look at it, let's just go back here. Here's Casey Schum. Here's Jay Janssen. They're 27 meters up the road. There's nothing, obviously, for draft here. Let's just keep an eye on these guys. I would imagine Casey's going to try to jump across here right away. 2-man break up front here. Andrew Pennington and Jacques Roussenek. This is really cool to see. Okay, take a look at this. Thomas Bridge is getting antsy now. 5 watts a kilo. Realize he's got to go. Let's watch his distance. You can see it in the top right-hand corner. We're going to hover on Thomas here, or whoever's the closest, and see when the draft kicks in. So Jay Janssen, right here, he's getting a 0 draft because he's 21 meters back. He's trying to jump across the gap. The guys up front need to turn it up now. They need to turn it up now. Casey Schum following up here, giving a little bit of firepower support to Jay Janssen. Let's jump to Casey now. No, Jay Janssen, they're bringing it back, folks. Watch the draft number go up now. You can see it, 13, 14. I'll jump to Thomas Bridge. He's got a 15, 16. They're back right on them, 20. Boom. Catch made. Andrew and Jacques, what's left in the tank, boys? What is left in that tank? 2 kilometers to go, folks. Take a look at the map. I think we're just on a straight run to the finish. Yeah, it's just a straight run to the finish, folks. Got some buildings nearby. Okay, Andrew's going to give it another go, it looks like. Andrew's like, okay, nice job, boys. Let's do it again. Let's do it all again and see if anyone will be punched out of this group. Right now, it's a 5-man death match. Why not reduce it to 4 if you can? We still got 1.7 kilometers to go. Andrew Pennington, 300 watts. Jay Jansen, 190. Casey Schoom, 200. Jacques Rusinek, 163. Thomas Bridge, 193. Obviously, that all depends on where you are in the little the pack, the little group there, and what your kind of like overall power output is. Okay, Jacques sitting on the front right now. But this race is coming to an end real quick, folks. Real quick. 1.3 kilometers on Andrew Pennington back to the front. Just look at him. He quickly gets a gap. He's got a 5-meter gap already. Are they going to let him go again? Wow, this is so cool to watch. Jacques is the first person to react again. Very attentive here. The 3 behind. They're going to have to stick close now. They're going to have to react a lot sooner than last time. So Casey and Thomas are reacting. Jay Jansen just a little bit off. And I think I said earlier that I believe Jay Jansen is kind of what I would call a pesky lightweight climber. So maybe, you know, his initial power punch, if you want to call it that, just isn't on par with the other guys on these flats. That's to be expected. Okay, so he's got a tiny bit of draft here. Tiny bit of draft. Guys, 800 meters to go. She about to go off. Let's get right on Casey here. Get right in the middle. Still some good drafting. Man, the helicopter guys up there are just flying around like demons. What other YouTuber adds sound effects and audio in there, folks? I don't know who it is. Yeah, I'm not talking Apocalypse Now either. I'm talking like friendly helicopters flying around. 400 meters to go, folks. Let's get in there. Let's get right in there now. Who's going to light it up, folks? Where is the statue with the guy riding the turtle? Whatever that means, I don't know. 4, 5, 6 watts a kilo. Casey's lighting it up to 11 watts a kilo now, folks. 260 meters to go. Thomas Bridge, 13.2 watts a kilo. Casey right at 11. Thomas Bridge just holding him off. Hold the line, boys. 120 meters to go. Can Casey get past him? I don't think he will. Thomas Bridge has just got those numbers. Jay Jansen's coming, though, folks. Boom. 1, 2, 3. I just saw a different... Okay, that was strange. I just saw a different name pop up. Must have been a late starter to the event. This Thierry Gerber guy. Thomas Bridge, Casey Schoom. Looks like Jay Jansen was third. Jacques Rusinek, Andrew Pennington. Great job, guys. Hey, Andrew, dude. I like how you lit the race up. I like those solo pushes. Really cool to see that. I don't know Andrew, I don't think. I'm not sure if I've ever talked to him. I've seen him climbing, though. Is this his style? Is he not a sprinter, but he wants to get away early? You have to race to your ability. Not everyone can drop 12, 13 watts a kilo. Gordon Jackson coming to the finish now, so they gotta go early. They gotta figure out a way how to get rid of that crew behind them. And he did it at first, but then it was Casey and I believe Thomas Bridge that reacted. They brought it back together. Andrew went again. Good stuff, folks. Really shows racing tactics well. So Gordon Jackson's going to get 6th place. I'm just going to go through the group here, guys. Andrew Street will safely have 7th place wrapped up. Douglas Hadlington is with Mike Wareham here. How far are we? We've got 2 kilometers to go here. We're 50 minutes into the event. Okay, good comments here. Jacques is saying most combative once again, Casey Schoom, and Casey's saying the attacks are so hard to stick. I wonder what he means by that. Casey, drop a comment, please. Like, are you talking about the timing? Is that like, you know, I guess all the platforms have a little bit of lag. Okay, here we go. If anyone else got a gap after Andrew, I was refusing to close it. Yeah, dude, that's what I was thinking. Andrew just kept trying over and over. And I knew after a while people get sick of chasing him because all you're doing is kind of hurting your race to try to bring him back every time as the other ones just kind of watch. Or maybe they can't react. Jacques says, thanks all, going to collect my lungs from the floor now. Great job, Jacques. Andrew and Jacques had a nice little breakaway for a bit there. Okay, rest of the day, boys. What are we doing? As soon as I'm done here, I slide this. Actually, basically, I just slide my screen over here, my monitor. It's kind of a low down monitor, so I'm looking down at it, and I'm getting on the bike. And then it's Friday. Let's rock. Friday afternoon, heading into Friday night. We might be firing the hot tub up. Jay Jansen, good job, dude. He's saying not my best performance, dude. You can't win them all. But I did see some nice numbers at the end there. For a lighter weight rider, I saw him pushing 13.3 watts per kilo, I believe is what I saw, coming in for third place. Andrew Pennington, thanks everyone. Fun race. Yeah, Andrew. Yeah, I would say the funnest part for me, or I wish I could give a special award. Like, yeah. Oh, who's coming down the other way? Thomas Bridge is coming down the other way at them right now. Okay, how about this? Andrew animated the race really well. I mean, Casey talked about it like he didn't want to have to go after him again. So Andrew kind of really lit the race up. So we need a prize for that. Jay Jansen here, Andrew Street, Mike Wareham. Oh. Okay, so Andrew Street's got ahead now. Coming to the finish. Mike Wareham not that far behind. Douglas Hadlington. Okay, so Mike has gotten away from Douglas Hadlington. They've been riding together for quite a while. Mike's going for it now. Just pushing 3.2 watts a kilo. Douglas is doing 2.4, 2.5 range. So that'll finish up their little sprint. I can just see Mike pulling away now. He's got 500 meters to go. I think he should be able to hold this. Nice effort here, dude. 300 watts. Really spinning good here. 100 RPMs, dude. Not for me. Not for me. Look at Douglas here. He's more in the 70s to 80s range. Pushing like 100 watts less power. Ooh, Mike is digging deep. I'd love to see your heart rate now, man. Love to see it. Just spinning. 100 average. Is the gap growing? It is growing between them. Okay, so let's just say Mike will finish ahead of Douglas Hadlington. Let's get back to these two guys here. Oh, just gaps forming now. Mike Waite and Sean Lavelle have been riding together for almost the entire route. There JJ's saying it right now. Jan Janssen. For 1 second, I didn't pay attention. I lost connection to sprint. Dude, we saw that happen. Like, it's so you have to be on it. If you look away, you're changing your channel, you're changing your music. You want to hear that same song again. Yeah, it's over. So Sean Lavelle here coming to the finish now. Great job. Is this Sean? Yeah, this is Sean. Sean Lavelle finishing. Douglas is finished. Out on the field still, we got Lee Zavaris here. And Stephen Elliott. And then there's a guy that started really late here, it looks like. Thierry Gerber. Started really late. So we can see here, Thierry Gerber has just finished the downhill and now going into the flat. Wait, it's all downhill really, but not that big, massive switchbacky area at the beginning. Lee Zavaris, 1 kilometer to go. Stephen Elliott, just a smidge more. I'll hang out with these guys for a little bit. And then I got to get on the bike. That's my next step. It's currently 5-1 here for me. Take a look at my phone as we're riding. Someone's calling me. Yeah, that's not important. Funny, this morning I posted a video I made probably a month and a half ago. It's called Lost in Alberta with Colin. I've only let one person ever see it. It's just me kind of like showing you some like what I think are interesting spots around the areas I live in. They're like a couple of miles from home here. Just old abandoned places. I love watching those kinds of videos. And so I made it. I thought, you know what? It doesn't hurt to make it public. Some random dude out of the blue. I was probably asking, can you see the mouse pointer in my videos? And he just said, FYI, you can't. And I forget what else. So I responded to him, hey, dude, thanks for letting me know. I don't know who this guy is at all. And he goes, I do watch your videos once in a while. And he goes, I live in Didsbury. And he goes, I've actually ridden right past your house. I'm like, what? So really cool. I mean, that could be a potential Inside Cycling World goes outside and rides his bike with some dude from nearby. So, I don't know. I did order a new camera today. Kind of like an action cam, 4K, everything built in, stabilization. Kind of forgot to order it because I want to wear it for Metallica. So I can create a video that will get no monetization. But I want to record the whole concert for Joey. And then we can watch it back. Okay, so Lee Zavari's here. He's got 280 meters to go. Coming to the finish, Stephen Elliott just a little further back. When these two finish, I will be just jumping off here. Thierry Gerber, he's got this. He's cruising along, getting his workout in. Too bad he missed the start, but that's okay. Not everyone can make it exactly on time. Maybe it's some connection issues. Let's just see. Yeah, Lee can see the finish line now with the infamous guy riding a turtle. What if it's a tortoise? Did we ever consider that? Looks like one of those Galapagos Islands tortoises too, doesn't it? Yeah. You know, the ones Charles Darwin found and then they've lived forever and yeah, that stuff. If we just follow with Lee, we're going to see Steven going by. So let's just do that. Then I'm going to jump off and I got to get on the bike. I have no idea what I'm riding. I don't even know what platform. Is it Ruby? Is it Biketerra? Is it Zwift? I don't even know. But we're going to be doing it soon. I got to get it out of the way before I pile on even more weight. I will be in Denver next week. There is a pool. I'm a little bit horrified that I will be taking my shirt off in public. Anyways, riders, that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see even more race commentary, please help support the channel. It really motivates me to keep going. It lets me know that people want to watch this stuff. And we'll go from there, folks. Okay, thanks for watching. I will post some links somewhere, and you guys can take this in when you can. Later.